What's up, y'all? I'm Alan Hain, the Lawn Care Nut. Thanks for coming back for yet another week. Well, I'm not sure if you can tell, but we have a lot of storms coming in here, and that's kind of put a little bit of a hamper in some of my plans to get out the tips this weekend, but we do need the rain. We're actually in the midst of our dry season. We haven't had rain for weeks, and now we've had it for a couple, 2-3 days, and it's been really good. The other thing that's put a hamper in the tips this week is I just got busier last week than I had planned. You can see I need a haircut too. I'm starting to look like a hippie or something, but anyway, I do have some pretty cool video for you this week, something that's a little bit different that I think you'll still enjoy. But if you really want some straight tips, I want to let you know that I've updated the podcast. I'm back on that train now, and I actually have a really good interview that I did with the experts from Jonathan Greene where we talk about soil compaction and pH. And if you look at the comments in the videos so far, people are really enjoying it. They're really getting a lot out of it, and I learned a lot too. Hearing from them, we went through all the different elements and the fertilizer and what they do and why they do it, and I mean, just really good stuff. So I'll link that up there in the eye and link to it in the description below. Get a lot of good tips and content from that this week as well. And I did want to provide you a quick update. I don't know if you can see, but see, look at how nice the lawn looks. This got the 700 green effect, and then I also sprayed for weeds and stuff. Here's a little bit of results on the weed control so far. Celsius is a little bit slow, and so is the Sedge Hammer or the Pro Sedge, but getting a little bit of control on those already. Of course, you can see the domination going on. It even looks better in the sun. We have no sun. When the sun shines, you can really see it, but even looks good without the sun. Now this week though, I'm actually going to show you all of the work that I did at the Freedom Factory. As you guys know, we had the Freedom 500 just about a week ago, and I take care of the grass out there. And when I say that, I do all the fertilization, the weed control and all that, as well as when we're leading up to races, they let me do the mowing, and then I do all the trimming and the edging to get everything looking tight. And I spent a lot of time out there this year because frankly, over the winter, the Provista really checked out from the cold, and I started working on it about 6 weeks before the race, and I was a little concerned that we weren't going to get to a good result, but we actually did. The lawn turned out beautiful, and I want to kind of show you some of those steps, and then it also ended up getting destroyed right after the race, even a little bit some during the race, so I want to take you through some of that. But as far as the two main fertilizers that I used, and you'll see everything I used, I'll show you, but the two main fertilizers that I used are the 7020 Stress Blend as well as the Flagship, the 2406. And a lot of people have asked me, Alan, can you show us results from that? So I'll show you results at the Freedom Factory, but here are some results here. Here's Ben, the lawn guardian, and how his cool season lawn looked after an app of the 7020 Stress Blend. And then here's a couple guys from our Facebook group that are really happy with the results they're getting on their lawns cool season from the Flagship. So these products work. Just want to show you a couple results from our folks. So with that, let's get right into now. Let me show you everything that I did at the Freedom Factory over the last couple 2-3 months. Hope you enjoy. Hey, what's up, y'all? Good morning. It is February 20th. It is a balmy 50 degrees out here. Pretty crazy for Florida. We were in the 80s and now we're back in the 50s. Nothing compared to what folks in Texas are facing right now. But anyway, out here to do my first application at the Freedom Factory. You can see the winter has taken a toll on it. It's mostly gone dormant, and so it needs some fert. And then also we are just getting inundated with weeds now. Look at that. It's mainly in the areas here, like where the irrigation was put in. And so you got some opportunistic, there's some nutsedge right there. Yeah, all kinds of stuff. Look at these opportunists coming in here. So I'm not gonna do too much filming today just because I really need to concentrate on the app. I don't want to stripe this. It's 100,000 square feet. So mainly the idea, I'm just doing this video so I can show you before and after. So I guess I'll see you in a couple weeks. First, I'm gonna put the fert down. And these are the experimental bags. Same thing you get. These are just the ones we got ahead of time, the test bags. I got like way too many of them, so they make a perfect use for here. I'm using the 2406 because we have an event here in like 5 or 6 weeks, and the Provista can be a little slow to get started, especially even today, like it's in the 50s. I need like some heat, so I'm gonna try to kick it in the face a little harder. Gonna go with this.
I should have
So I'm gonna go through and show you some of the things that are going on out here. It is now 1 week after the race, and the other thing to realize is they also had a Cletus and cars here in the infield where they had a lot of people and a lot of foot traffic, and they had stands set up and all kinds of stuff. And I wanna show you how some of the things are looking. The first thing I'll do is take you through one or two of the areas that got damaged during the race. And before I get into that, let me just explain something. People think I get all upset when cars go into the grass, and I don't. You have to realize that grass is actually here as a safety measure. You know, if somebody comes hard off of this turn right here, and if this was all concrete in here, they would just keep on going and they could wreck into another wall over there or take out more cars. The grass actually works to slow cars down. So the grass is actually here for safety, and I don't get upset when, I mean, rubbing is racing. People are gonna wreck. What gets me is when people do it on purpose, which has happened, or they make a kind of a boneheaded move, which we won't get too much into the heavy D situation. I've already let people know how I feel about that, but it has caused some damage, and also the irrigation has been damaged as well. I can see in through here. See how this is real dry right here? So the irrigation isn't covering right in here. So I'm gonna have to take a look at a couple of the heads in here. If you were at the race, you will, and I'll talk about all this brown patches here. If you were at the race, you will have seen there was water bubbling here. This is actually not part of the irrigation, but when Heavy D came off of the wall right here and came through, he hit this. This is actually some old water piping here, and this is actually hooked up to the main water up there. We don't actually use this for the irrigation. This is just another water source that's in here, but he actually knocked this off when he came through here, and that was bubbling during the race. But you can see the damage that his car did isn't too bad. You can see the tire tracks here. This will actually repair pretty easily once I whack this with some nitrogen. But that's what happened. He came right down through there. Nailed it. You can definitely tell there was a burnout competition there. Getting really windy out here. I don't know if you can see the brown areas here. I'm going to talk about those in a minute because those weren't here on race day. But I remember there was another fairly significant crash over here. I don't remember who it was. Somebody hit one of these tires and kind of went up in the air a little bit. Yeah, here you can see, right here you can see the tire tracks coming in here. Right, and they actually hit that tractor tire right there, and from what I remember they launched. I was way up on the other end, but he launched pretty good. Or maybe he went over the pyramid here, because actually I think he went over the pyramid here, something, because see, you can see the tire tracks go on out right through here. This damage is not significant. This will come back. It just kind of stunts the grass. I mean, literally, if somebody ran over you, you'd probably be stunted too. But these areas will come back. I just got to whack it with some nitrogen. So there was a couple of significant crashes back here on the back stretch. I don't know who it was, or I can't remember. I think it was, I'm not sure where that debris came from. It's mostly over here. Some of this is from the irrigation still filling in too. Yeah, you can see a couple cars went through here. Or I think they probably came this way, but that damage isn't too bad either. So all in all, the grass held up really well to the actual race. I don't see any major damage that way. Nothing that's not gonna come back. But there is something that did cause quite a bit of stress on the turf. I'm not gonna say damage, but a lot of stress that I'm gonna have to work with, and that's what all of these, I'm pretty sure it'll show up on the camera. It's just all, the grass is just kind of, it's just like, it's, I don't know, flat would be the way to say it. Definitely see it over here. This is turn 3 right here. And this was actually my favorite part of the grass. This was looking the best on race day. Let's see this. We have these brown areas here. It's pale in through here. Goes down through here, and it gets really bad over here. I mean, this right here, this is what the grass looked like on race day. But as you come over to here, you can see all this pale area here. A little bit up through there. But then it really goes this way. And I wasn't here for Cletus and cars, but I can play detective and understand exactly what this is. What you're seeing here is you're seeing stress from foot traffic. Obviously the portalets are over there, and so everybody walked that way. Lots of people had to go, and so they're walking on the grass all through here. And there was stands right here. I'm assuming the stands were somewhere there, And so people getting in and out of the stands were walking there, or maybe the stands were there in the green spot, and they were walking around the back. I don't know, I wasn't here. But everywhere that it's brown, that's from foot traffic. That's exactly what that is. And you can just see what it does to the grass. It stresses it big time. You can also kind of see how these patterns, these are too regular, they're not irregular. Usually if you see irregular patterns in grass, that's usually something natural, but these are regular patterns here, which tells me something was sitting here.
So when I got home, I did a little research and found this screenshot. It's the Funhaver booth. Of all people, Vaughn Gittin Jr. once again finding a way to destroy my grass. Thanks, Vaughn.
See that? I don't know if you can see that, but for some reason people were walking right here, or something was sitting here, I don't know. But for sure, they were walking down through here, and then they walked right over here. And that's why you see this entire corner is stressed. Maybe there was a lot of people waiting to use the restroom. I mean, you know, a lot of Bud Lights to be drank out here, I'm sure. A lot of Mountain Dews. See here? Something was there. Something was there. Some of this might be from cars too, because the car did come through here. But if you look, all the rest of this over here is fine. Besides that, that's something with the irrigation right there. But all the rest of that back there is good. So that tells me nobody was really walking back there. Here's a great example. See, you can see whoever was serving beers standing right there for hours on end. And you can see that's where they were standing. This is where they were not. That's just what happens. It's, you know, again, this is a track. It's for entertainment. It's for shows. This stuff's going to happen. We can get this to recover. It's only when it happens over and over and over for days on end, that's when it becomes a major problem. Other than that, this will come back within just a few weeks. Of course, we got to move the toters out of the way. So let me just say, there is some good news here. And the good news is that it's time to mow here again. And I'm gonna be the one to get to mow. Now, I don't mow here every single week, but I do mow leading up to every single race. And because I need to do some fixes and repairs here, I will be mowing later. Now, there might be some sod spots or whatever. I don't do that kind of stuff. The crew does that here. Like I said, they do the regular mowing too, but they let me come out and have a little fun wherever I want to. And because I got some things to do, I'm gonna get to mow this probably one day next week. And that's gonna make it look better, by the way. There's nothing that beats a good trim, a good mow. It'll always make every lawn look better. And so that's really the first thing I'm gonna do before I start throwing down. So that's gonna do it for my update here of the Scotts Provista St Augustine grass here at the Freedom Factory. I'm Alan Hain, the Lawn Care Nut. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the infield.